Hello friends and potential friends. Well, the other day when I recorded that last garden tour, I actually went out and recorded a portion back in the mini orchard too. But when I started putting everything together, that video was winding up much too long, so I did some hacking on it and only showed the tour in the garden itself. So now I think I'm going to try to rectify that. But first, I got to show you this. I've got my first pineapple starting to form. Problem is, this one's in a container that I can't take to Mom's with me. And I don't think it would do me much good to try to dig it up, because that would probably kill the plant. So it's just going to have to stay here and be on its own while I go traveling this summer. So back to the mini orchard. As we enter the orchard, I've got my hibiscus here, fixing to put on some flowers pretty soon. Lemongrass is still growing and desperately needs a haircut. Gardenia is doing good, though it's hard to see it in there. And there's another hibiscus in that little tiny container there. The Florida avocado is getting pretty big. I'd estimate at least 12 feet tall. No indications that it's going to start flowering anytime soon, but give it a couple more years and that might happen. Thing I'm kind of curious about, this is a pomegranate, and it had leaves on it most of the winter, but then when it started warming up, the leaves all dropped off of it. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Incidentally, I grew that from seed a couple years ago. Went to Wally World and bought a pomegranate. Planted some of the seeds, and that's the result. Here in the pineapple plantation, I still have about 10 pineapples. And I've been looking every day since I spotted that one up in the main garden, but none of these are growing fruit yet. And even if they do, I'm not going to try to dig them up, because I'd just kill them if I do that. On the east side, we have the Meyer lemon. It's got a lot of new growth on it this year. I'm still not seeing any flowers. And this thing's about 4 years old, so I would hope that it would start blooming before long. The loquat, well, with the winds we've had in the last year, it's got an interesting shape to it. It actually is going to be more handy than if it was all growing straight up, because I can actually reach most of these branches. So far, not seeing any signs of flowering here either, but I suspect it won't be much longer. Back here in the jungle, there's my original Ponderosa lemon. This poor thing, it's under the oak tree, under various other trees, and I don't think it ever sees any direct sunlight. I need to get in here and get rid of some of the dead wood on it, but it is still producing flowers, and they smell good too, and it is trying to produce more lemons. I just picked a lemon off of it about a month ago. Wow, that branch needs to come off right about there. Needs some drastic pruning. And as we walk across the yard to the other side, the redbud flowered for about a week, and then it put on a bunch of leaves. There's another avocado. That's the one I call a Mexican avocado. It produces the small fruit. The other one that I call the Florida avocado, that produces the large avocados. Oh, and incidentally, I just noticed that my fig tree out here has got some leaves on it again. That poor thing has been in there for probably 5 years now, and it's about 1.5 feet tall. Doesn't get nearly enough sunlight. I grew that one from a cutting that someone gave me. Sugarcane is doing what sugarcane does. I did plant a few small stalks out here earlier. Oh, a couple months ago, I guess it's been. And they're growing pretty well. I had considered trying to move this somewhere else and just plant the new stalks somewhere else, but couldn't find a better place to put it. So I just planted them in here where all the other ones are at. My Ponderosa lemon that I grew from seed, I got a few small lemons off of it last year, and it's trying to produce more this year. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the mulberry. Well, the mulberry has got berries all over it. In fact, that one right there looks like it's turning red on me. If I'm real lucky, I might be able to get 1 or 2 berries before the birds and squirrels get to them. Overall, that thing's about 20 feet tall. And there's another example where I need to do some desperate pruning. And let's see, the moringa is not looking alive at the moment, but then it's looked that way a few other times over the years too, so I'll just leave it in there and see what happens. I've got various other things planted all over the place back here. I know there's ginger and turmeric planted. That'll come up later. The beauty berries will be popping up pretty soon, and everything will be turning green about the time I leave for Mom's. But that is the current state of the mini orchard. I do keep it kind of wild because, well, the pollinators just love those wild flowers. So, hope you enjoyed this short tour through the mini orchard. And I'll see you next time.